Hello viewers, this is R. Radhakrishna, lecturer in botany from SKNR Government Degree College, Jagityal. According to CC instructions, COVID-19 video lessons preparation. Today I am going to take a topic of structure and function of cell organelles. Structure and function of cell organelles. Welcome to my presentation. See first of all about the cell. Cells are the basic unit of all living things. So cell is a structural and functional unit of life. There are unicellular to multicellular development is going on in the evolution. Unicellars also having cell and multicellars also having cells. Every living organism must have cell. Cell theory. All organisms are made up of one or more cells. Some may be unicellular, some may be multicellular. The cell is the basic unit of all organisms. So it is the basic unit of the organisms, living organisms. Either may be plants or may be animals. That's why it is called structural and functional unit of life or living organisms. We come across about two types of cells generally. One is eukaryotic, second one is prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell means pro means first. Karyotic, karyon means nucleus. First formed nucleus without any cover, without any outer covering. There is a naked DNA, a circular DNA is present in this prokaryotic cells. These are primitive in nature. Examples for these are blue-green algae, bacteria are there. Here there is a naked DNA is present. It is not a true nucleus. It performs all the functions of a cell. That's why these are called prokaryotes, and these cells are called prokaryotic cells. Here see that diagram of the cell, bacterial cell. This is the flagella. Here the villi are there. Then what do you call that? This is the circular DNA is there. This is the blue color one is the cytoplasm, and the outer one is the plasma membrane, and into that cell wall is present. Cell wall outer that cell wall is present, like that. The plasmid is going on in addition to that DNA, and here is the DNA is also present. DNA is also present like this. It is the prokaryotic cell. So what about the eukaryotic cell? Here a prominent, true, conspicuous, visible nucleus is present. That's why U means true, karyon means nucleus. That's why these are called eukaryotes or eukaryotic cells. It is present in higher plants. Nothing but blue-green and bacteria, other than blue-green and bacteria. So these are the types, two types of cells are present. One is eukaryotic cell, Second one is prokaryotic cell. So about the prokaryotic cell, it is a single-celled organism that does not have a nucleus or membrane-bound organelles. Okay. See here, it is a unicellular, single-celled organism. It does not have definite nucleus. There is a circular, DNA, naked DNA is present, or membrane bound organelles. It does not have membrane bound organelles. See here the nucleoid, this is that one, here is present like this. This is about the prokaryotic cell. So about the eukaryotic cell, there are 4 classes of eukaryotic cells. We will discuss only 2 plant and animal cells here. See the plant cell here. This is the plant cell. This is the animal cell. See the diagram on the differences of a plant and animal cell. Plant cell have the cell wall. Animal cell don't have the cell wall. Plant cell wall is made up of with cellulose. Okay, and plant cell also having the chloroplast or plastids, but animal cells are not having the plant chloroplast or plastids. And plant cells are having what you call that large vacuole, and animal cell is having a small vacuoles are present. So this is about the eukaryotic cell. Now see the cell organelles and their functions. What are the organelles which are present inside the cell are called cell organelles, and how they are present, and what is the structure of cell organelles, and how they are having the function during the cell formation or cell structure, and during the division, how they are functioning. We have to know detailed study. First of all, about the cell membrane. The outermost covering of the cell that separates the contents of the cell from its external environment is known as cell membrane. It is selectively permeable and is made up of bilayer of lipoprotein. The cell membrane holds the cell together and allows nutrients into the cell. So cell membrane is the outermost covering. It is and separates the cell from the external environment, and is a selective permeable membrane. It allows only liquid molecules but not solute molecules. Solvent molecules only allows and not solute molecules. That's why it is a selectively permeable membrane, and it is a made up with a bilayer of lipoprotein. See the diagram here, the cell membrane. These embedded protein like this. This is the lipid layer is going on like this. Okay. So the other part of the cell inside is called cytoplasm. The fluid or matrix content inside the plasma membrane of a cell along with the cell organelles is known as cytoplasm. See the diagram here. This is the cell. In this gelatinous substance is present. It is called the cytoplasm. It's also called matrix or fluid content. It is also inside the plasma membrane. They are floating of the cell organelles is going on in this cytoplasm. Okay, that's why it is the cytoplasm is the second one. Then other cell organelle is mitochondria. It is an cell organelle found in large numbers in most cells, in which the biochemical process of respiration and energy production occurs. It has a double membrane, the inner part being folded inwards to form layers or cristae. So, mitochondria is the cell organelle. In large numbers they are present in the cell, and they are helpful in the respiration biochemical process, and this is the double membrane layer, and it's having cristae, some folded structures are present, and it's called crystals. It is having inner membrane like this is the outer membrane, this is the gelatinous substance is called matrix, and these are the inner projections are finger-like structures are called cristae, and here it having the DNA, and some the DNA is present here. Okay, it having some ribosomes also. This is about the structure of DNA. So now about the functions of DNA, functions of mitochondria. It is a site for respiration. So the main occupying place which is meant for respiration is mitochondria. The energy required for various chemical activities needed for life is released by mitochondria in the form of ATP molecules. What is ATP here? Adenosine triphosphate. Here the energy which is required for various chemical reactions is released by the mitochondria. They have their DNA and ribosomes, due to which they are able to make some of their own proteins. Thus, they are regarded as semi-autonomous organelles. So, DNA and ribosomes are present in the mitochondria, hence why they are called as the semi-autonomous organelles. Because of ribosomes are useful for the protein synthesis also, and DNA also useful in that formation. That's why these mitochondria are called as the semi-autonomous organelle. Not only this mitochondria, one more organelle, chloroplast, also called as the semi-autonomous organelles. Because of that, it contains DNA and some of the ribosomes also. So that's why here the inside the cell or inside the prokaryotic cell there are two semi-autonomous organelles are present. They are the chloroplast and mitochondria. So about the nucleolus. Inside the nucleus there is another organelle called the nucleolus. Nucleus is the one of the cell organelle. Inside that nucleus there is a rounded board-like structure is called nucleolus. It is responsible for making ribosomes. So here this nucleolus is meant for the making of ribosomes. See here the diagram. This is the nucleus. In this nucleus, rounded body, the small one is called nucleolus. Okay. See here, these are the mitochondria like this. They are the mitochondria. About the vacuoles. There are storage sacs for solid or liquid content. A unit membrane are called vacuoles. They are meant for storage and they are called as storage sacs. They may store solid or liquid content and it is bounded by a unit membrane. In animals, they are present in large number but their size is small. So in animals, the vacuoles are very small in size and they may be having the large in number, whereas in plants, they are the few vacuoles are large vacuoles are present, while plants have very few vacuoles but their size is large. See here is the vacuole like this. The vacuole inside having the liquid substance is called cell sap, and the vacuole is surrounded by a membrane is called tonoplast. Tonoplast. Here see the functions of vacuoles. They are storage sacs of the cells. They may store either liquid or solids. Many important substances like amino acids, sugars, various organic acids, and some proteins are present in the vacuoles of plants. What are the ingredients present in the vacuole are amino acids, sugars, organic acids, some of the proteins. They are present inside the vacuole. In single-celled organisms like amoeba, food vacuoles contain the food items that the amoeba has consumed. Like amoeba, it is a single-celled. In this food vacuoles contain food items. That's why amoeba is going to consumed. In some unicellular organisms, specialized vacuoles also play important role in expelling excess water and waste from the cell. Okay, that's called, the process is called osmoregulation, which is occurring in the unicellular or acellular organisms. What is the function of the vacuole? Vacuole may expel the excess of water through the process of osmoregulation. Now, the next cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a large network of membrane-bound tubes and sheets. It looks like long tubules or round or oblong bags, or otherwise called as vesicles. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is RER, that means rough endoplasmic reticulum. Second one is SER, that means smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So here it has rough endoplasmic reticulum has particles called ribosomes attached to its surface. Thus it looks rough under a microscope and is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum. It looks smooth because of absence of ribosomes in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So according to the presence of ribosomes, they are divided into rough endoplasmic reticulum RER and smooth endoplasmic reticulum SER. Whereas in rough there is the ribosomes are present on the surface, whereas in smooth ER in ribosomes are absent. See the diagram here. These are the ribosomes. This is the nuclear envelope. This is the nucleus, and here this is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So see here, this is the rough endoplasmic, this is the smooth endoplasmic. Here the ribosomes are present, here no. Extends from nuclear envelope to cell plasma membrane. Now the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is a site for protein synthesis. Because of the ribosomes are present in RER, that means rough endoplasmic reticulum, and they are ribosomes wherever they are present, they may be meant for protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is a site for lipid synthesis, whereas SER there is they meant for lipid synthesis, or lipids are prepared here. Some of these proteins and lipids synthesized by RER and SER respectively help in the process of building the cell membrane, which is known as membrane biogenesis. Okay, cell membrane is prepared by RER and SER respectively. Proteins and lipids synthesized by them and help in the process of building the cell membrane. Okay, cell membrane is formed by this endoplasmic reticulum. It serves as channels for the transport of material from nucleoplasm to cytoplasm. So these endoplasmic reticulum or ER extends from nucleoplasm to cytoplasm. That's why these transport materials from nucleoplasm to cytoplasm are from one part of the cytoplasm to other part of the cytoplasm. That's why they are called as the transporters inside the cell. SER, that means smooth endoplasmic reticulum in the liver cells of the group of animals called vertebrates, plays a crucial role in detoxifying many poisons and drugs. Okay, so here is the like about the endoplasmic reticulum. The next organelle is Golgi apparatus. It is organelle in the cell that is responsible for sorting and correctly shipping the proteins produced in the endoplasmic reticulum. In the endoplasmic reticulum, there are proteins may be produced. These in rough endoplasmic reticulum. These proteins may be carried out. Okay, for sorting and correctly shipping the proteins by Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus is made up of membrane-bound vesicles present in the form of stacks. Such structures are called cisternae. It was discovered by Camillo Galgi. Okay, here see the diagram of Golgi apparatus. Functions of Golgi apparatus: storage, packaging and dispatching of the substances formed by SER and RER. Storage is the one of the function and packaging is the one of the function and dispatching is also the one of the function of prepared by the Golgi apparatus and is formed by SER and RER. That means smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Formation of complex sugars from simple sugars is also the main function of Golgi apparatus, and formation of lysosomes also the main function of the Golgi apparatus. What is meant by lysosomes? Lysosomes are also called the suicidal bags of the cell. It may eat itself. Then next one is ribosomes and its functions. Ribosomes and its functions. These are tiny particles, very small particles, that means present in all active cells and so ribosomes are meant for protein synthesis. They act as active sites. So these are the tiny particles present in all active cells and act as the active sites for protein synthesis. Organelles that help in the synthesis of proteins. So ribosomes meant for protein synthesis. Some ribosomes found in cytoplasm and but most of the attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. Hence, the endoplasmic reticulum is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. So, here that ribosomes are the one of the cell organelles, and they are a little number is present in cytoplasm, and more number are present in the endoplasmic reticulum. And they are meant for synthesis of proteins. See here diagram, these are the ribosomes Here the two subunits are present. One is larger subunit and the second one is the smaller subunit. Larger subunit. Here see that in eukaryotes there are ATS type of ribosomes are present. They contain 60S and 40S subunits. In S means here the Svedberg unit, and 60S plus 40S together called 100S, but it is called ATS type of ribosomes are present in eukaryotes, in eukaryotic cells. Whereas in that prokaryotic cells, it is 70S type of ribosomes are present. It contains 50S plus 30S subunits are present. Two subunits are present in each 70S and 80S ribosomes, but here that 50S and 30S in 70S ribosomes, 60S and 40S in 80S type of ribosomes. In 70S type of ribosomes are present in prokaryotes, not only prokaryotes but also in mitochondria and chloroplast also, the cell organelles which are having the 70S type of ribosomes. And one more eukaryotic cells are having 80S type of ribosomes. Okay. Then about the lysosomes and its functions. These are the membrane bound cell organelle that contain digestive enzymes. Lysosomes are having digestive enzymes. When the cell gets fully damaged, lysosomes may burst and the enzymes digest cell. Therefore, non-cell, these are called as the suicidal bags. Lysosomes are otherwise called as the suicidal bags. As the cells recycling compartments, they are like cells recycling compartments. So this is about the lysosomes, otherwise called as the suicidal bags of the cell. See here the diagram here. They are phagocytic in nature. So about the cell wall. Plant cell, in addition to the plasma membrane, have another rigid outer covering called the cell wall. It lies outside the plasma membrane. Whereas in animal cells, this cell wall is absent. The only difference, major difference between the plant cell and animal cell is that cell membrane is present in both plants and animal cells, but cell wall is present in only plant cells, which is made up of with cellulose. That is a major difference between the plant cell and animal cell. Cell wall is present in plant cell, cell wall is absent in animal cell. Cell membrane is present in plant cell membrane also present in the animal cell. Okay. Cell walls are only present in plants, fungi and bacteria. Not only in plants, but fungi and bacteria also having the cell walls. Cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose, which is a type of complex carbohydrate. The cell wall is made up of with cellulose. It is mainly the constituent complex of carbohydrate. See here the diagram, the cell wall like this, outer layer, and inside that there is a cell membrane is going on like this. Cell membrane is the plasma membrane is the selective permeable membrane, but cell wall is in protective in nature. Cell wall is made up of with always cellulose, but cell membrane is always made up with lipoproteins. Wherever it is present, the cell membrane or plasma membrane is made up of with lipoproteins. Functions of cell wall. Cell wall permits the cells of plants, fungi and bacteria to withstand very dilute external media without bursting. When we put in a very dilute solution, that means it is having hypotonic solution. Hypo means below, that means lower concentration solution that permits cell of plants and fungi and bacteria withstand. It has narrow pores through which fine strands of cytoplasm are able to cross the cell walls. Okay, because of cell wall, cells can withstand changes in the external environment, protecting the constituents of the cell. So cell wall is a protecting layer from the external environment inside the cell organelles, which side the structure of the cell may be protected by this cell wall. So about the plastids, one more cell organelle. These are found only in plant cells. This is also the major difference between the plant cell and animal cell. One is the cell wall, second one is the plastids. They are double layered and contain their own DNA and ribosomes. Just like mitochondria, they are also having the own DNA and ribosomes. That's why plastids are called semi-autonomous organelles. Semi-autonomous organelles. Just like in mitochondria also the semi-autonomous organelles. The only cell organelles which are called like the semi-autonomous organelles means plastids and mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Plastids is the food factory, just main site for photosynthesis. This plastids comes from proplastids. Plastids are of three types. One is chloroplast, second one is leucoplast, third one is chromoplast. What is meant by chloroplasts? These are the plastids containing chlorophyll, which gives green color to the plant. It is also a semi-autonomous organelle. Okay. Chloroplasts are mainly contain chlorophyll, green in color. The leaves are green in color because of that chloroplasts, meant for photosynthesis and prepare food material. By that these plants are called autonomous or autotrophs. Then one more is the leucoplasts. Leuco means white in color. Leucoplasts are the one type of plastids. They are the white or colorless plastids. They can change to other types of plastids. They may be changed to chromo or chloroplasts. Mainly these leucoplasts are present at the base of the root system. Younger root system is having the leucoplasts. Leukocytes are the white blood cells. All of you know that the term leukocytes. Here the chromoplasts. Third one is that plastids. These are the colored plastids. It's having chroma means color. It's having color, some color. It's mainly present in the flowers, mainly in the petals of the flower. They may attract the insects by that to pollination. So here that these plastids may be converted into another plastids. So here that all plastids may be interconvertible. One plastids may be converted into another plastid may be converted into one another plastid. Suppose give that some of the examples are there. Suppose Lycopersicum esculentum is there. It is the scientific name of tomato. Initially tomato at not ripening stage, it is having green color. Just after that it may be starting ripening, then it may turns into green to yellowish color. After that, after complete ripening of the tomato, it may be turns into red color or pink color. By that we can indicate that one plastids may be converted into another plastids. It is the best example for that one. About the functions of plastids. Chloroplasts, these are important for photosynthesis in plants. Leucoplasts, these store materials like starch, oils and protein granules. So starch is stored in leucoplasts, oils are stored in leucoplasts and proteins are stored in leucoplasts. Chloroplasts meant for protein synthesis. What about chromoplasts? these important color to flowers, just I told na, and fruits. They are rich in carotenoid pigments and lipids. Okay, see the diagram here. This is the lamella, this is the granum, this is the membrane, inner membrane, stroma, outer membrane, and the inner membrane, and these are the thylakoids. This is the structure of plastid or chloroplast. Thank you one and all. This is about the different structure of cell and the different cell organelles. Thank you one and all.